Hi, it's Market Day Report. I'm Tony. Thanks for allowing us to be a part of your morning, and thanks for sharing the coffee this morning. We'll just have to brew another pot here pretty quick. It's the market's been open now for nearly 17 minutes, and here's what's happening with the corn market. The May contract at 443 3/4. It's up 1 3/4. New crop D's just a tick higher now at 467.5. Somehow it squeezed out a gain in yesterday's trade. Now beans have been higher 2 straight sessions, but we're pulling back after a higher trade overnight. And the May at 1162 3/4, down 2 1/4. We want to run through the rest of the complex here with soy meal contracts lower and bean oil really rallying overnight with 4 of those 5 contracts moving above 61 cents. Right now, May 61.14. It's up 47. How about the wheat market? Lower 2 straight sessions. Well, July, Chicago 579 1/4. It's a penny and a half higher. And July hard red still under pressure, 575 1/2, down 1 3/4. Cotton market, we hit 70 yesterday and just can't seem to push past that. 69.65 on the new crop. It's down 27. But let's bring in Brady Huck, EmpowerAg Trading. And Brady, whenever we're talking about these markets, is it safe to say that a rising tide can benefit everybody?
I think so. You get one complex to go up, and a rising tide can certainly lift all boats, Tony. So, and that's a little bit of what we've seen over the past month. Beans definitely been leading China and biofuel optimism, supporting that bean market, supporting the bean oil trade, and even bean meal rallying a little bit. So, but corn's been really quiet this year to date. I think corn since the first of the year is flat to down 1%, while you look at soybeans in there, gained 10%, and we've seen a $1.20 trading range in new crop or old crop beans since the first of the year. So corn's traded about 30-cent range in comparison. So beans, wheat, market movers, rising tide can lift all boats. But you look at the board today, and we saw new crop beans take out last fall's highs, while old crop beans are approaching those last fall highs. And you look at the board here, and beans down 2 cents now. It can change in a hurry, Tony. These headlines, it's hard to know what to make of these markets and where they want to go right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, Brady, let's take a quick break. When we come back, can't wait to get your thoughts on these livestock markets. We're talking with Brady Huck. Market Day Report continues in a moment. All right, we're out of the gate in the red to start the day. Live cattle futures down 55 on the February, but again, we're trading that 245.45 and today and tomorrow. So the clock's ticking on this live cattle, and it's waiting to see what happens with cash. April 239 1/4. It's $1.02 lower. How about feeders? Feeders opening up, well, in the red. March 363.37, down 292, and a 360.50 on the board for April. And the hog market, we had a really good export sales report for pork, but we're lower for the most part. May down 20 cents, trading $100.50 a hundredweight. But boxed beef, can that be driving the market? Brady Huck's with EmpowerAg Trading. I know you've been watching the boxed beef. What's happening?
Yeah, right. Light slaughter pace supports the cutout. Let's talk about boxed beef. That's kind of the story here on the cattle front. Boxed beef climbs to $379.35 yesterday. It's up about $15 versus a week ago, and this is the highest trade in the choice cutout since last November. So the beef market is strong. You wouldn't know it by looking at the board today, but it's good to see that cutout climbing higher. Really, you've seen an appreciation across all the primals. So back to that, a rising tide lifts all boats. You got the chuck has gained $15, the round has gained $12, and the loin has gained $18 versus a week ago. And those three primals, Tony, they account for about 70% of the choice cutout overall value. So the higher cutout, it certainly supports the feed yard's ability to maybe apply some leverage and try to hold out for higher cash later in the week. There is expectations that we will trade higher. We'll see if it actually comes to fruition. A little pressure on the board today, though. I don't know if the trade's bracing for some potential headlines that could drop or not, but you got to wonder what's going on.
So, Brady, when we talk cattle, obviously, I say obviously, I know this, others may not know, but I mean, that's your wheelhouse. That's your front and backyard there. I want to hit on one thing here, the historic milestone last week, 89.4% of the carcasses grading choice or better. How has the industry changed to get to that point in the years you've been involved?
Right. Yeah. So my family, legacy, my grandpa and my dad, we've been in the cattle business for a long time, raised Angus bulls. And you talk about, high quality beef, and Angus definitely one of the leaders there and pushing that push to prime, I guess, more choice, more prime cuts coming to the table. And that's a huge milestone for us to reach. Some of it's management and taking these animals to bigger weights and more days on feed that can get you there. But you've got to have the genetic potential to reach those levels. If you don't have that genetic underlying potential to reach prime, you're not going to get there no matter how much feed you pour them. So high quality beef, America, it's unreplaceable across the world. There's no replacement for high quality American beef. But yeah, it's great to see the high quality, more high quality cuts coming to the table, Tony.
I just wonder how long before we move from choice to select spread to the prime choice spread. That may be the next thing we really start watching. Brady, great to see you. Brady Huck's with EmpowerAg Trading in Dodge City.